off for the weekend, enjoying Labor Day weekend, and about 8:30 that night, I got a phone call that there was a fire near Blue River, Oregon. And it was either on our property or very close to our property. We got on the fire. It was 4 to 5 acres at the time, what we thought was the fire. Within 30 to 40 minutes, the realization struck home that it was a lot more than just that fire that we were on. There was fire across the landscape.
We were about, say, a mile from where it started, basically, and it kind of burned up and kind of up next to us, and then we thought it was a loss, and we thought it was gone.
We were maybe here for 3 hours, and the fire had consumed incredible amount of area.
We had some equipment in here, and so we raced down here and had to find an alternative way in. We got lucky. We were able to move it and get it out of the way, and then it burned up to where that equipment was at the next day after that.
So the Labor Day fires essentially burned acreage-wise roughly 15 to 20 times what we would harvest in a normal year.
So we were racing to get our equipment out of the tree farm, and then Campbell Global requested that we would come back in and clean up and salvage and make the main artery safe into the tree farm. And the only way to come in and out was the Forestry mainline. And so we had to make it safe for travel.
We had to go from fire suppression to fire salvage almost immediately.
We came in and the ground was still smoldering. It was only maybe a couple weeks after the fire had died down. And so there were still stumps that were smoldering, and we were working around stuff, actually questioning, where we could actually operate and where we could actually put wood on the ground in order to keep it from reigniting. It was approximately about an 8-mile salvage project from the mouth of Quartz Creek where it opens up onto 126.
So we had over 10 fish streams within the operation. We had 5 bridges that needed to be protected. We had a public road that needed to be cleared safely so that the public could use it and our operations could use it to salvage. So we developed a plan very early on with Oregon Department of Forestry on how we were going to safely daylight the road or cut all the burned timber around it to make it safe. And so portions of that plan was we would go down to 20 feet from the high water mark of the creek.
Yeah, probably the biggest challenge, number one, was the cutting. We were making it safe, but we also had to keep everybody else safe that was traveling in and out to help work on the fire. So there was fire crews with multiple convoys all day long, really, and we have to block our roadways when we're within 2 tree lengths of any road. And so that was a lot of extra effort on the guys doing the cutting. Once we had made the main line safe and got the trees cut down, and we commenced logging, and then other operations were able to get in behind us, which meant that they were hauling logs out, in and out, and people were also coming to and from their units. And so it was a lot of getting on and off the road for us, but doing it strategically so that we didn't drag a lot of mud out on the road, so that the road surface stayed clean.
We had to go through and mark danger snags that were within 20 feet of the creek that we needed to cut for public safety, but we could not keep those logs. They had to stay on site, and we had to follow them in a way they didn't enter the streams. So it was a very complex plan. Pacific executed it perfectly. He went above and beyond.
We had never actually done any salvage logging before, but we've worked in a lot of sensitive areas like this, and so they're all well trained on how to operate and know when there's a problem and know when they need to stop.
Pacific Forest Contractors is an Oregon professional logger. They are certified. It allows us, because we are an SFI, Sustainable Forestry Initiative certified tree farm, mandates that we harvest at a sustainable level. Using a professional logger allows us to sell our logs for a higher price because they train their crews in the Sustainable Forestry Initiative. They train their crews that we're not just going out here every day and grabbing some logs with a log loader. We're actually thinking about what we're doing. Oh, it's raining really hard today. I shouldn't have the log loader down there. It's going to make ruts. He took quite a bit of financial risk on this project. I didn't have this project fully flagged before I negotiated a contract with him. It was, I need you here. I need that hot saw here cutting these trees right now. It's going to take me a week to get this project flagged. I need a price. We need a contract. I need you starting. And he stuck his neck out there. And we were decently close. He ended up having to do a lot of extra stuff he wasn't compensated for.
Part of the financial risk was that we were going to have to clean the brush out of clean the brush in certain areas out of the buffer strip and load it up and haul it away. We went, I think, a month without actually shipping a load of logs to the mill.
It doesn't matter how big the job is. It doesn't matter how hard the job is. He's going to do it, and he's going to do it better than anyone else out there.
And never before has this much timber needed to be salvaged. You know that every stick that you're getting and every load that you're putting out is a step in the right direction.